Welcome to Science Store online classes.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Welcome to all of you once again to the physics classes. In today's classes, we are going to talk about motion in a straight line, the competitive exam topics, and in our previous video we have already discussed some of the topics which comes under motion in a straight line. So one problem you can see, which includes much of the topics. It's not meaning that the same kind of problem will come, same kind will come, but the same problem will come, but some of the topics we have discussed in general way we are going to discuss here. A body covers 100 centimeter in first 2 seconds, so it covers 100 centimeter in 2 seconds, and 128 centimeter and 128 centimeter in the next 4 seconds. Okay, moving with the constant acceleration. Find the velocity at the end of 8 seconds. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At the end of 8 seconds, what is the velocity you have to find out? Now say for example this is S1, this is S2. So we know that x is equal to v naught t plus half a t square, isn't it? So we can write down, we don't know what is the initial velocity is, so let it be initial velocity is u. Okay, so now what we are going to write down? For that x is nothing but 100, okay, u into t is nothing but how much? That is for 2 seconds, plus half, acceleration we don't know, 2 square it is 4. So 2 1s are 2 2s are 2u. So I can write down 100 minus 2a divided by 2, which is equal to u. No? Okay, 100 minus that, also I can write down u as, okay, so u is equal to 50 minus a, that is acceleration a. Acceleration also I don't know. So next what happens? The initial velocity of this I don't know. When it reaches what is the velocity I don't know, right? That's why again what I am going to write down, same formula I am going to write down for both the cases. First it was S1 and S1 only, now it is S1 and S2, which is equal to initial velocity was same. Time is how much? T1 plus T2. T1 plus T2. S is equal to V naught T into half a T square plus half a T1 plus T2 whole square. What is T1? T1 is 2 seconds, T2 is 4 seconds. What is S1 and S2? 128 plus 100, that is 228 is equal to u into T1 plus T2 is 4 plus 2, 6 plus a by 2, T1 plus T2 is nothing but 6 whole square, that is 36. So this is 228 is equal to, u is nothing but how much? 50 minus a, isn't it, into 6 plus 2 1s are, okay, and 2 8s are, so 18s are a. So my aim is to find out a, acceleration, so that I can find out everything same. So now 228, which is equal to 300 minus 6a plus 18a, isn't it? So it is 300 minus 12a is remaining, Okay, that is 228. So you bring here, that is minus 200, that is 228. Okay, so 72 is remaining, which is equal to 12a, and that is minus. No? So, isn't it? 300 minus 228 minus, together I have written that. Okay. Now acceleration, which is equal to minus 72 divided by 12. So how much? How much? 12 6 minus. Since we have taken in centimeters, so we have written 6 centimeter per second square. Okay. Acceleration is equal to 6 centimeter per second square. Now next what? What is our aim is to find out at the end of 8 seconds. So I can find out u, isn't it? I can find out u. U is equal to 50 minus of minus plus 6, which is equal to 56 centimeter, no? Centimeter per second. 56 centimeter per second. That was initial velocity. Now what we have to find out? At the end of 8 seconds, we have to find out the velocity. We have to find out the velocity. So I will repeat. So this is in centimeter per second they have given. That's why we will do it in the centimeter. See, final velocity is equal to, this is the formula, right? V is equal to V naught plus 8. Now V is, you have to find out. U is 56 plus, that is minus 6 into 8. 48 minus 56. So that is 8 centimeter per second, isn't it? That is 8 centimeter per second. So what is this? So as we got acceleration is negative, the meaning is that is retarding motion. The object velocity goes on decreases like that. At the end of 8 seconds we have found this. Two equations we have used, okay, like that. Any of the middle concept they may ask you, okay. We must know exactly, apply the things, a negative, the positive, what is the meaning of that, you understand, then it's easy. Each and every term has its own meaning, okay. It is not like that any time you will do, but in these calculations you must be very quick. Quick means very quick, that is the thing, okay. Now this is one of the problem. So next again all the problems we are going to discuss in our next classes, okay. So now we will talk about acceleration due to gravity and again free fall in little bit extended manner. Already we have discussed about that, already some of the equations I have given you. Now in this we are going to talk about, and we will call it as acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity. What do you mean by acceleration due to gravity? That is nothing but any object if you are going to throw upward, isn't it? What happens? The gravitational force brings it down. Brings it down means you are giving some, it is gives some acceleration. Where there is a force, there is an acceleration, because F is equal to ma. There is equation is there now, right? You know it. F is equal to ma. That equation is there. Now F is equal to ma means this much, isn't it? Means any force is there means there is an acceleration. Here also gravitational force is there. For that gravitational force there is an acceleration. That we will call it as acceleration due to gravity. And that acceleration we can write down it as g. Okay. If we are going to write down direction, we are going to write down for the free fall it is minus g. Okay. Okay. So that is the thing. Now this is uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration means what? Constant acceleration, constantly accelerating. That we know that 1 time, 3 times, 5 times, 7 times, 11 times. No, velocity increases. So constantly goes on increases. Acceleration is constant. Acceleration is not variable. See, there are several cases comes when there is acceleration is variable, or you will get when there is velocity is variable, like that. Okay, acceleration is constant. For us in mechanics, most of the 99% of the problem, or 90% of the problems, not 99, 90% of the problems are from that constant acceleration. Okay, and remaining 1 or 2 you may get in the variable acceleration, means acceleration is also going to change. For the gravity it is constant acceleration, but general in mechanics I am going to talk about, acceleration is changes. Acceleration will be varying with respect to time sometimes. Such kind of numerical problems, such kind of MCQs also you may get with the higher order. Okay, now acceleration is constant, that the value is maximum at poles, that is 9.83, and minimum at equator, that is 9.78. okay, that is 9.78 meter per second square, meter per second square, like that it is. And it is independent. See, we will write down the equation, x is equal to v naught t plus half a t square, v square which is equal to v naught square plus 2ax, v is equal to v naught plus at. It is dependent on initial and final velocity, acceleration and time, and nothing else. No, nothing else. We are going to throw the object upward, that is, which is having a small size, say for example 20 grams. Okay, the same velocity you are going to throw object which is having 2 kg. Okay, now you are going to drop it down. Which one is going to reach to the earth first? 2 kg or 20 grams? Voila. Which one? You say 2 kg. Someone will say 20 gram, or someone will say both of you. It's both, right? Because simple we can say, it is need not to do experiment. In this equation there is no term called mass, there is no term called size, there is no term called density. Means this kinematic equation, that is free fall, the object which is does not depends on the size, shape, density. It just depends on its initial velocity. It may be a box of cotton or a piece of cotton. So it is freely falling. The thing is, there should not be any air resistance. If air blows means more than that of the gravitational force, air force will be more, it will take away. But if there is, that is nothing is there, vacuum is there, means you are creating, and you are going to put down the small piece of cotton and 10 kg ball, means together they are going to reach to the ground, which is irrespective of size. Okay, that is what are the things about motion of the things, that is about acceleration due to gravity. Now again, on the surface of the moon, acceleration due to gravity for earth is 9.8, approximately you are going to take 9.8 meter per second square. For the approximation, what you will do, sometime 10 meter per second square you are going to take, and this is not allowed all the time, because that is depends on the problem. Okay, that's why multiplication, addition, multiplication and division must be quick, very quick for you. You must be in multiplication and division for the numericals or for the MCQs, whatever, because you must be fast in that. Now we were talking about the relation between acceleration due to gravity of earth and moon. The earth, it is in this way, which is equal to in moon divided by 6, 6 times less, 1/6. That's why at moon, if you jump means you can go up, because acceleration due to gravity is not enough strong to keep you hold on to the ground. It is like that. So this is the thing, okay, and nothing much okay, nothing much about acceleration due to gravity. And again, if I say means to direction, already I have told you, in different books, different way they are going to give you. All the things are correct. I have told you, if you are going to listen me, my way you have to apply that. Don't be confused with different books. Upward, some we will say positive, negative and all. But I have told you that upward G is negative, downward is also negative, and remaining what are the positive negative things according to NCERT. Okay. Now again we are going to write down the equations, means V is equal to V naught plus GT, downward case. No? Then initial velocity is 0, means you are going to get, this one is 0, just to dropping the object. V is equal to minus GT, final velocity when it reaches to the ground. And then V square is equal to V naught square 2GH minus. Okay. Next, okay, nth second formula, that also we have written Snth, which is equal to velocity into G by 2n minus 1. This is a Snth formula. The plus there, okay, plus we have to add, okay, in that way, because there is a direct formula, that is by derivation we have got, substitution minus already we have done there. So like that it is. So this is about acceleration due to gravity and all. Now in the case of free fall, one more case which is written on the board. If a freely falling body, okay, which reaches a point A with the time t1 and reaches a point B with time t2, then the distance between them, point A, can be given as, that is x is equal to G by 2 t2 square minus t1 square. Now suppose you dropped that object from certain height, it reaches to the point A, that distance from that initial point is h1, and from the initial point to the point B is h2. That time taken to cover that distance, that is this x distance, cover those 2 points, you can write down this as nothing but 2 by g, square root of 2 by g, square root of h2 minus h1, square root of h2 minus h1. So these are the things. Now suppose different questions they are going to ask. It is not like that any of the object which is falling freely or it is thrown and all, okay, but all the questions have to include this formula, that is kinematic equation. Now water is there at a certain height h. Now we are going to drop a stone, it will hit the surface of water after time t, no? After time t1 it will hit the surface. Okay. Next you are going to listen the splash. Okay. You are going to listen the splash. After what time? After dropping, after what time you are going to listen the splash of that? That is asked. Okay. Okay. If it is dropped, one is time t1 to go there, later that sound has to come to you, that is t2. t1 I can write down, which is equal to v naught t plus half a t square, isn't it? V naught t plus v is equal, x is equal to v naught t plus half a t square, 2x divided by g. No, 2x divided by g, and that is nothing but 2h it becomes, since it is h. That is time taken by the travel after dropping, that time it will be take. after that splash is generated, that will come. That is nothing but h is has to travel. Okay, so velocity is equal to displacement by time, isn't it? So the time is equal to displacement by velocity. So t2 is h is the displacement done by the velocity of the sound. So total time is t1 plus t2, means still water is there, or well, you are going to drop the stone, you didn't listen the splash, means it has, after dropping, after what time you are going to listen? So it has to go there, it has to touch the water, water has to produce some noise and it has to come to you. Okay, like that, which is equal to, you can write down square root of 2h by g plus h by v of the sound, velocity of the sound, isn't it? Like that it is. This is what it is, the total time. Next, some of the questions or some of the topics are there. Okay, so see, you can listen. One stone is dropped to the river. After x second, another stone is thrown with the velocity v, okay, or u. Okay, now river, you have one stone is dropped, stone A. Okay, after x seconds, okay, after x seconds, another stone is thrown with the velocity u. Both will reach to the water. Okay, both stone will reach to the water simultaneously. Then what is the equation I have to write down? Both reach simultaneously, means this height is also same, this height is also same, but one is thrown, one is just dropped. One is thrown and one is just dropped. The dropped case is, the case of dropped, the body is dropped, that is nothing but h is equal to v naught t plus half a t square, that formula, no? So minus half gt square, t1 it is going to take, okay, or t1 time. Okay, but what happens after x second, it is thrown, right, with the velocity v, h which is equal to v into t, means t is nothing but t minus x is going to take. It takes 8 seconds, means it is 8 minus x it is going to take, because after x second it is thrown. So h is equal to v naught t plus half a t square, or minus I can write down half g t minus x whole square. Now h both are same, both are same, so you can write down the equation as, so velocity you are given minus, downward velocity you are given means downward it is minus. Okay, you can write down both are same equations. So half gt square, which is equal to v into t minus x minus plus half g into t minus x whole square. Minus is common term, I have taken out minus, minus cancels, you can get this. Now the choice is, you can remember this formula or you can remember this concept. Simple. Whichever you want, you can do that. Okay, so which is easier for you, you do that. Okay, but this is a concept, the problems will come. You must know how to apply that formula, and you must know about, to read about that, like the question, to understand that. Now a body is projected upward with acceleration g. For that, all the equations we have written, isn't it? Now you are giving some velocity, isn't it, v. The angle between velocity and acceleration is how much? See, velocity is always positive for the upward. Angle between velocity and g. Velocity is upward, that is this much, but acceleration is always downward, that is 180 degree. Okay, that is 180 degree. Okay, now one more important thing is that irrespective of velocity and whatever the things, irrespective velocity of the projected, all the bodies pass through a height g by 2 in the last second of ascent. So already we have spoke about ascent and descent. Okay, now it will go, it is T1, it will go in T2, it will go in T3, T4, and say for example it is T5. No, it is T6. Okay, T6 it is, T7, T8, T9, like that. So for the ascent means object is going upward. The distance travelled, last second of ascent is g by 2. Last second of ascent is g by 2, that is the distance. Now you have given the velocity u, it will go up and come back. The velocity plus u, okay, it come back, it becomes minus u. The total velocity for the total flight is how much? Minus of minus u, isn't it? That is final velocity minus initial velocity, which is equal to 2u. Minus also I can write down, that is depends on u which you are going to take, but the magnitude is 2 times u, the change in velocity. The magnitude of change in velocity for the complete process is 2u. Okay, means 2 times u. So this is about some of the topics in the motion in a straight line. Okay.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.